We're live, mad lovers, here from the Malta Telecom Summit, Mr. Jean-Michel. We're here again. How's it going?
It's good, it's good.
Yeah?
How you doing?
Alright, not bad.
Cool.
Had a bit of networking drinks last night, so I woke up with my head dazed up. I was here at 6 o'clock. I was 7 o'clock in the morning.
It doesn't show at all.
Yeah, I think you're lying. I think you're lying. No, guys, for those people who are watching, I'm very, very sorry if I look all wrinkled up. Was here at 6 o'clock to make sure everything was in place. The guys as well came up, set up everything for all the sponsors, and it's been quite a good event. I guess, especially for those telecom guys, the aggregators, the marketing, the payment gateways, where we're all bringing everyone together, you know, and we're trying to do good business together. It's the second year that we've done this. We've literally organized this within 2 months, and we've managed to attract maybe, let's say, a total of about 30 companies.
Give or take, yeah.
Give or take, but considering from what we have been working on, the resources that has been given to us, you know, it's been all right. The people know it's you know,
I mean,
trying to promote the country, trying to promote the industry.
It worked. It's been a successful summit. I mean, everyone seems to have enjoyed themselves.
Yeah.
It's you know, it's working out pretty great so far. So well done.
Yeah, I just really wish that we could push it even further. Not only to attract SMS aggregator and voice aggregators, but we want to attract the startups. We want to attract the applications. We want to attract the new businesses. We want them to come here and, you know, have all the tools in the world available from them. We have companies here, from Deutsche Telekom to Uboto to Viber to companies like yours. I mean, your product is great. Just tell us a bit about your product, John, over here.
Okay, so a little background. So basically, I represent a company called Okroute Software, and we have a few different products. We focus on cybersecurity and blockchain, and we also focus on form technology. So I'm not going to be talking about the blockchain and the
Let's focus on the form. On the form. I really like that product.
Okay, so uForm. So uForm is basically, it is a tool that is designed to save time and money for businesses that rely very heavily on forms.
On registration forms.
Forms in general.
Okay.
Take, for example, banks. There's 10 million forms you need to fill out when you need to get a loan. Local councils, government services, hospitals, forms are everywhere. They're a part of our daily life, unfortunately, and we try and make that process easier for both the people issuing them and the people filling them out.
Exactly. I think it's a perfect solution, especially for those companies who want to organize their registration process, who want to have a systematic process of filling up certain forms, organizing themselves, and having everything in. Is it a one centralized database? So exactly, what is your product? I know it's the uForm, but then from a back-end perspective, how does this work? Is it a centralized platform? You give them a back office access?
Okay, so it can work in a few different ways. Let's talk about the hybrid cloud version, because that's the most common rollout we have.
Maybe you want to
so
speak
far.
a bit closer to the mic, so make sure that we're getting the word out there to the people watching.
Cool. Okay, so the way that the hybrid cloud version works is it is a separate environment to the client's environment. So it's a server which houses all of the templates, all of the form templates of a particular company.
Okay.
When a customer makes a request, that hybrid cloud processes that incoming data and then sends it out to the relevant parties, and then it deletes it, a bit like Snapchat. So it sends out the form info and deletes everything.
Okay, so basically security is very, very vital over here, because it's not keeping any records of it. So
of course.
The record is not. So the record is sent to the client, right? It's sent, for example, to Okroute, and then it's deleted from your database.
Exactly.
Is it based on blockchain?
There is something coming,
okay,
but I can give you a little small hint and taster as to what's to come from the blockchain side of things, which is forms essentially need a way to be authorized.
Yeah.
So the way that we do that is we have allowed the integration of blockchain wallets. So take an Ethereum wallet, you can fill out a form using your Ethereum wallet as a way to validate the fact that you are who you say you are.
Yeah, definitely. And I saw another solution, and I'm not sure if you have one of these products. And one of them was actually it's via face recognition. So you validate that person via face recognition, and then they would log in, etc. So that's something very, very interesting that I saw. But put us to the process. So if I want one of these products to be integrated, how is it available? It's available via API, right?
Yes, so basically once somebody fills out a form on the Uform server, we push that data by API straight into your database.
Okay.
And we also send you an email with a sealed PDF and signed with the information that the end user has filled out.
Get it.
Exactly.
So let me just make this clear. Imagine I have a product, and in order for clients to actually use this product, they require a registration process, right? So they fill up their name, they fill up their surname, they fill up their VAT, they fill up their company registration for their company address, and then they've registered, okay, and I receive the details. Is it also possible, right, to automatically send credentials to that person registering for the product?
Yes, it could be possible. It would happen outside of the system, but basically because the information is being sent into your particular system, that could act as a trigger for your system to then reply with credentials to your actual system.
Yeah, and the good thing about this product is that you can actually integrate OK routes as well, tools. So we offer as well emails and SMS. And once the registration process is complete, if you want to send your credentials, your username and password via email, we could do that for you. If you want to be more secure, you want to send your credentials via SMS, we could also automate that for you. And I think it's a really lovely product. We have here Jean-Michel at the Malta Telecom Summit. How has it been so far? I mean, have you found it useful? Like, honest truth, just blunt, honest truth. Let me know what you think about the summit so far.
Sure, I think there's been a vast proportion of attendees that provide SMS services and other mobile-related services, which kind of limits the scope of attendees. I think if the variation of attendees was a little wider, then it could possibly affect and touch more potential markets.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that with our industry, we work in a niche industry, so there aren't a lot of companies like you would find a lot of applications. Here we're talking about operators. We meet up every other quarter in a different country, and we're doing business. The point of this summit also is to create some awareness, because in Malta, all we're talking is about the gaming industry, and the telecom industry has not given enough attention. And this is our aim from an Okroute perspective, is that, hey, it's not only about the gaming industry. The telecom industry is also important. There's big potential. We've seen, one of the biggest mobile operators in the world, T-Mobile, is right here.
Yep.
Right over there. We've seen other companies as well. These are major players within the market.
I mean, thus far, from that perspective, I think it's been extremely successful.
Yeah.
It's worked out very well. Everyone seems quite happy. So I mean, and it's the second one. Right?
Yeah, it's the second one, but also considering that everything was done fairly quickly, not enough attention was given to actually make it, have loads of people. I think there is big potential in this summit.
Oh yeah.
But obviously we need the organizers need help, not only from the government to push the summit, because it's very, very important, but also we require resources. We are very limited with resources. We've all the time, trying to push, but we're again limited. So with the tools that we had in our hands, I think it's been a successful event. Obviously, we'd like to also thank all of our sponsors for the Malta Telecom Summit, including Okroute, 42 Telecom, and Mr. Messaging. There's Messaggio, Pay260, Uboto. Am I missing out someone? Let me just check them again. And we'll go again. So, let's just check them. Excuse me, guys. I actually forgot. Okay, so the event sponsors, there's 42 Telecom, Mr. Messaging, Okroute, Broadnet, MobileWeb, Messaggio, Pay260 by Capita, and Uboto. Obviously, without these guys, this wouldn't be possible. And they did this last year. We all sponsored. We all came together. We did again this year, and then hopefully again these companies will see the future of the summit. I really see a big potential, especially for startups.
And I mean, it's grown since last year, so there's no reason why that.
I wouldn't say it's grown. I would say it's relatively stayed the same.
Okay.
But what happened is that there is more people within the industry know about it. So with a little bit of more energy, with a little bit of more patience, we could make this a very successful
Exactly.
event.
We just need to create a racket. That's just a racket. So just come to the next Malta Telecom Summit.
I feel too serious doing this podcast today. I think I'm in my business zone. I don't like being like this, guys. I'm usually very, very funny.
Yeah. Have some orange juice and lighten up.
Oh, there's my orange juice. Cheers, man. How long we've been? I don't want to make it long. Last podcast I did 11 minutes. Okay, we're good on time. But the last podcast I did, we did about 50 minutes.
No, it was way too long.
With James, and we got really into it. And
TLDR.
yeah, we actually have to re-edit it because we don't want people getting bored watching. It becomes very, very, very repetitive.
For sure.
So, how has it been? I mean, the product is integrated in companies already? Is it a project?
Okay,
Tell us
so
a bit about your client base. I mean, without giving anyone information.
So we have started with one very large client. Actually.
Okay.
So it was the government of an entire country. I can't mention which.
I don't want to go to prison.
Exactly. But basically, the government of an entire country has integrated U-Form to manage the way that it deals with forms across 14 different ministries, across the office of the Prime Minister, the police, etc. So it's actually saved them a lot of money. I mean, if you look at, for example, Ministry of Health alone, I think they've got something like 1,000 different forms, and these forms change and they need to be managed and they need to convert them to the digital world and make changes in both the physical and digital. So
you know how government departments work, and these guys, they're all over the place. I think he's the best. He's the guy you need to go to. Any government watching this, which I highly doubt they'll be watching us, but if by any chance you just come across this video and you see, we're just having a bit of fun over here, guys, you know what I mean? We're just having fun, we're just playing, we're just enjoying ourselves. I love doing podcasts, this guy loves doing, I guess you love doing podcasts again, if not?
Apparently I do, but before we move on.
I feel too serious.
There's one point I really have to make. As much as I really enjoy taking the mickey out of governments because of the things that they don't do, which I think is something that's pretty common fun factor for everyone to delve in. I think the fact that this particular government that I'm talking about has been so forward thinking to say, hey, listen, we want to digitize the way that we interact with our citizens. In fairness, good on them.
Which region was this? Let's just say Asia. Okay.
Let's just move on.
GDPR problems here, ladies and gentlemen. Don't blame us. No, I'm actually really happy with this GDPR. It's really legitimizing our businesses. It's removing as well those companies which were doing a bit of shady business. But it's been absolutely great so far, especially with, I think the best thing as well that happened, in my opinion, the best thing that happened to the industry, to our industry, was the implementation of GDPR. And mind you, Okroute, we've been compliant. I mean, because certain things that they asked us to do to be compliant, I mean, there was standard protocol. I mean, everyone has to have a security firewall. If you're a data processor, you need to be encrypting your data, before processing. That is to secure your client's data over there. But has this affected your business?
Nothing's, well, to a certain extent, and I'll say to a certain extent.
You are collecting data, and you are processing data over there.
Yes, but the fact that from a U-Form perspective, the fact that since we work like Snapchat in the sense that once it's out and it's done, it's deleted, all trace of it is wiped. From a GDPR perspective, it makes a lot of sense for us, because it's one less KV that the customer has to worry about.
Exactly. I don't think there was enough as well enough recognition from enterprises about their data. I think they were just using certain providers, certain companies, and just saying, and just sending it. I think with this GDPR, now they're choosing the right providers, they're choosing the right companies.
Yeah.
So it had no effect whatsoever.
No, I wouldn't say it had no effect whatsoever. I mean, on that particular product, it didn't have any specific effect. For example, we one of the GDPR requirements is that any company should take every possible measure that they can to prevent themselves from a hacking attack. One of which possible measure is something called multi-factor authentication, which
is it a two-way factor authentication that we do via SMS?
That's a similar way to.
And you guys do it as well.
We do it based using key cards. So we grab employee access cards, MyFair cards, and we make those your hardware token to log into your your PC.
So kind of like the bank key. Like HSBC, I mean, sorry, I can't mention any banks, but the local providers use Malta.
To a certain extent, we could even grab your ID card, because your ID card has a chip on it, and we can make that your hardware token to logging into your Windows device. Oh, so to a certain extent, there has been some effect. Yeah.
And how do you install that on your laptop?
I mean,
there web application.
It's a standalone system.
How do you integrate it? You need to tell me how you integrate it. Is it via USB?
You can use a USB. You can use a USB card reader. But like little fun fact, the ID card which is currently sitting in your wallet holds more computing power than NASA had when they launched the first spaceship on the moon.
Really?
It's true. It's true.
Are you BSing?
No, it's true. Look it up.
There?
Look it up.
Okay, look it up if he's BSing.
Look it up.
You blame him, not me.
You control here. It's cool. It's fine. So I mean that your ID card is basically, because of the country we live in, it's its own little computer, which with its own little possibilities.
Yeah. I mean, we do face something similar, and we do this for e-commerce companies. And also, Visa use this type of security. And one of the things is that when you are in the registration process, in order to continue to the next step, you have a two-way factor authentication.
Exactly.
But what we do is we generate a random number. We usually do it between 4 or 5 digits. And then we store it in a database for 2 minutes. The person puts it in the landing page, and then he proceeds to the next process. And this could also be used, for resetting passwords, for getting any usernames or passwords. It's a good security method, and especially for e-commerce, this is one of the tools that now is a must. It's not something. Security is a must, especially with these hackers.
Of course,
technology they're constantly advancing and constantly getting better. And security is very, very vital. Regarding the
hardware token.
The hardware token, is this provided by yourself as well?
That's a nice thing. I have a background in the corporate world of IT, and if it's one thing I've realized, it's the corporate world is very, very rigid, and I make it a point not to be rigid. So we offer users the possibility of using their own hardware, or we can provide them hardware. We want to give them as many options as humanly possible.
Awesome. I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you.
You're a very hard-working guy. I've known you for a while. You've always kept on trying stuff. And I think, I see you here. I saw you in your own zone. It was really nice to see you there. I saw you speaking to Page 360, the payment gateway.
Yeah.
Those guys rock. I really like those guys.
They're cool. They have a cool product.
Yeah, they do. And we brought them here. Hopefully to introduce them to some telecom and mobile operators. Hopefully they'll be back next year. We'll see more payment gateways happening over here. But it's been great, man. Just tell the viewers a bit about Okroute. What do you think about it? What do you think about it? Tell my clients, you know me more on a personal level than most people probably in this room do. The people in this room see me as maybe like, yes, they had the networking drinks and we were drinking a bit, we were having fun, these guys rock. But for those people that don't know me first, they don't know Okroute personally as well, or haven't heard about us yet, what would you tell them from your first instant of knowing the company?
I mean, I sort of had a different perspective on Okroute to what most people would, you know. Like I said, like you said, I've known you for a while now, and I've seen you build something.
20 plus years.
Yeah, a while, right?
Too long.
A while, right? So I've seen you build something, you know, from nothing, which is now become a reputable name in the space.
Yeah.
So I'd say the same thing I'd say to anyone that's looking to try out a new service from someone new that they never heard of. Speak to their customers. Get some feedback from their customers, and they will tell you the true story. Whatever I have to say here is irrelevant. I have a bias.
You have a personal relationship.
Exactly.
Not what you think. So. We're friends, okay?
Dude.
No, I mean, from Okroute, we're not a big company. We're a small company, but I think we've built a brand image, and which is known by most aggregators worldwide. We're growing at a rapid pace. We're not just doing SMS anymore. Now we're doing emails. We're doing text. We're doing text to speech. We're doing voice. You know, and there's other projects that we are doing. And there's a new project as well happening. We're actually moving offices from cinema. We've taken 100 square meter office, which will turn into a hub. You're more than welcome to join us whenever you want. Please be my guest.
Podcast number 2.
All right, let's wrap this up. You know, we don't want to keep it too long for everyone. Yep. We've explained the product live from here at the Malta Telecom Summit. Hope to see you guys. Jean-Michel, thank you so much.
Cheers.
My lovers, see you.
Cheers.